Hey everybody, I'm Chef Tom with atbbq.com, and this is Refried Beans. That's right, today we are whipping up the staple of Mexican and Tex-Mex cuisines known as refried beans, which is a questionable name for this recipe because technically they're not actually fried twice, but what is not questionable is that once you have made this recipe from scratch, you're never gonna wanna eat them out of a can again. And for the amount of effort it takes to get through this process, totally worth it. Well, let's get into it. So we're gonna be using a pound of pinto beans for this recipe today, although you could use other types of beans, black beans, whatever else you like. But pinto's kind of more traditional, especially for the northern Mexican and Tex-Mex style refried beans. These have already been rinsed. They are, of course, dried beans, not canned beans. So they need to soak in water overnight so that they can soak up some of that moisture. And you'll see here how much they expand just by sitting overnight. I do want to get about a tablespoon of kosher salt mixed in here while it's soaking. So those will be ready for tomorrow, and we can roll with these guys today. I'm going to go ahead and strain off this liquid that we soaked it in and give it some fresh liquid for cooking. So the beans can go into our Dutch oven. And then I'm going to take this to the sink and cover it by about 2 inches with cool water. So at this point I want to take the opportunity to add some flavor to the beans while they're cooking. So I'm going to add about 4 slices of bacon here. I'm going to get some of that bacon fat, that smoke flavor in there. Got a couple of ancho chilies, a couple of guajillos. Those are going to soften up, give a nice chili flavor to the water. Throw in a bay leaf, and then we've got some garlic and onion. Garlic, I'm just going to crush that, throw it in pretty much whole. I'm going to save that last clove for when we actually do the refried portion or the frying portion. And then kind of the same thing with this onion. I'm going to save half of it to go into the fried portion of the recipe, and this other half can just sit in here. And we're essentially going to make a little bean stock. So now once these beans are tender and starting to fall apart and they're smashable, they're gonna have all this liquid around them that's been flavored. The beans themselves are gonna pick up some of that, and then we can save some of this liquid bean stock, if you will, to add back to the refried beans. Now today we're cooking on the Napoleon Phantom 500 gas grill. We're just gonna be utilizing the side burner to bring our beans up to a simmer, and then we're gonna cover them and let them simmer for about an hour until they're super tender. Anytime it's this nice outside, I'm probably going to be choosing to cook outside rather than inside. The side burner is a nice tool for something like this. All right, we've got this up to a simmer now. Just separate some of this bacon out. You can already smell the chilies. Crazy how quick they start to release that aroma. So I'm just going to throw the lid on now. We'll turn the heat down a bit, keep it right around a simmer, and set a timer for 1 hour. About an hour in now, guys. This is smelling amazing. You see things starting to fall apart, including our beans. Check that out. Those are smashable, which means they're done. I'm going to strain this off now. I'm going to fish out our bacon and our chilies. I don't mind if some of this stays behind, like that garlic so softened it'll mash right into everything. But anything a little bigger with texture, like the bacon, definitely like, you know, your chili stems, you don't want those in there. I just kind of work this in batches so that I can take out some of these big pieces that are being hidden. Now we're gonna make kind of a rustic refried bean here today, so I'm not gonna concern myself with this next step that's optional. But if you want a really smooth bean, refried bean in the end, press it through a sieve like this, get rid of those skins, and you'll have a really creamy refried bean. But I would prefer a little bit more texture personally. I wanna save about a cup of this liquid that's left behind, this really beautiful starchy bean stock that we've made. So I'm going to pour off just a little bit more than a cup, and we'll save that to add into the refried beans as we cook those down. So important component here in our refried beans is this Mangalista pork fat or pork lard. This is gonna add a lot of flavor, and this is what we're actually gonna do our frying in. So I'm adding a 1/4 cup of the lard. Once that's melted down, we're gonna fry our onions in there and then the beans. Turn this heat down a little bit now as we add the onions in here. And we're just gonna fry these until they soften up a little bit, start to brown. So this is the other half of that onion that we didn't use earlier. And now you can see it's getting browned around the edges, translucent in the centers, so that is what we're looking for. We're gonna throw in that 1/3 clove of garlic that we also didn't use in the first round, but it's been minced down on the microplane so it can kind of melt into the beans and onion. And I'll just give that about 30 seconds here. If that, we need to get these beans in here. Once those go in, I'm just gonna start mashing by hand. Break all these beans open. We can release their starch. And as it starts to thicken up, we'll thin it back out with that reserved water, what we've been calling bean stock. I'll just add in a little bit at a time as we mash it around, kind of thin it out to whatever your desired consistency is. And then once you kind of get in that spot where you feel like it looks like how you want it to look, it's time to start tasting it and seasoning. Now for me, I like a little bit of taco seasoning in. If you want to keep it pure, you can skip this step and just do some salt. But I love what the chili powder and the cumin and the Mexican oregano all adds to it, as well as that deep red color. So I'm gonna do about a tablespoon of that Cattleman's Grill Mexicano. And chances are that's not going to be enough salt to finish this out. So now that I like the way this looks and we've got our taco seasoning in there, I'm gonna pull this off the burner and we'll go taste it at the table for salt. There's a lot of good flavor going on there. It needs salt for sure. But I'm feeling really good about where it's going. I get a lot of earthiness out of those chilies that were in there. Definitely picking up on some of those flavors out of the Mexicano rub. I'm gonna mix a little bit of salt in here. In fact, I'm gonna mix a little bit of our Jacobsen habanero salt so we can just add a little bit of heat in there too, because this stuff is so good. All right, with that salt mixed in, let's have a little taste on the tortilla here. Let the caramellos out, the good stuff. Spread a little bit of that in there. Pop a little tortilla cheese on top. Here we go. My favorite Mexican food as a kid, everyone's, at least for us gringos, bean and cheese burrito. This is elevated though. This isn't Taco Bell, although that's what we grew up on. Now we got the good stuff. The lard that you fry those beans in, it just makes it feel so luscious. It's starchy, it's creamy, but it's got texture. Oh, and now I'm getting a little bit of the heat from the habanero salt. Little yellowbird habanero. Oh yeah. Now we're really in the sweet spot. The whole family's gonna be happy about this one tonight. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to check out atbbq.com for all the products featured in today's video. If you enjoy the recipe, hit that subscribe button. And if you have any questions or comments or there's anything you'd like to see me cook, let me know in the comment section down below, and let's be good to one another. For more recipes, tips, and techniques, head over to atbbq.com/thesauce. All things barbecue, where barbecue legends are made.